we're live. Welcome everybody, so glad you could join us.
Hello.
So we are here in a new campaign, and this was going to be as Matthew and I playing two different countries or the same country. We were going to be continuing our tribal campaign. Oh, hold on one second. Or the same country. This is bad. I don't like to hear my own voice. Okay. So, we were going to continue our other campaign. Turns out Matthew's not a huge fan of the tribes. Wants to see some other stuff, but we're not really sure exactly where we want to do another co-op campaign. So, instead we're going to try this start, and I've already tried this twice before, just in some test games, and I really, really like this country to play as in the very beginning.
Yeah. I'm his omnipotent, all-seeing eye in the sky.
Yeah. Okay, so, as this game starts off, I just want to notice that my governor policy is local autonomy, which is so bad. Why would you have local autonomy in your capital, reducing the output of your manpower, research, and taxes by 75%? That's so dumb. So,
Dude, yeah, that's silly.
yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to change it immediately to Borderlands. The reason why is that I know manpower is going to be short in this, so Borderlands gives you extra 25%. And it also gives you fort defense.
Alright. I mean, yeah, that immediately, fixes the... Plus, none of your... Let's see. Well, your citizens are a little unhappy. Yeah.
Okay, and we actually cannot import anything.
Yeah, well...
There is not a single trade good that we can import. So...
No one close enough.
Yeah, there's not really anybody in diplomatic range that has access to anything. So, it's unfortunate. But, we do produce gemstones, which is a very rare trade good. And it is local tax plus 20%. So, yeah, it's actually really rare. If you go to the trade good map mode, and you look at all the different cities that produce gemstones, it's not a whole lot. Egypt has like 3. Anyway. Okay, so... what else do we have? We have inventions, okay. What inventions can we choose from?
Well, I didn't know that your pantheon would be the Egyptian one.
Yeah, it's comedic. I don't know if this is really exactly historically accurate, but...
Well, they had to give him something.
Yeah, so... they could have given him Arabic. I don't know. Maybe it was historically accurate to have the comedics. Anyway, so we are going to be making some money from commerce eventually, but I don't think it's enough to justify the invention. So for our first 2 inventions, I'm going to say I could do fabricate claim costs, but the thing is we're going to be rolling in oratory power, because we're not going to really have to fabricate claims very much. So instead I'm going to do omen power, and do technology speed. Let's do army morale recovery. I think that'll help. Alright, now for our omen, I'm actually going to go with the blessing of Isis for population growth. Okay.
Don't forget to set. Don't forget to set your current ideas.
Current ideas, yes. Thank you for reminding me. All right, so we are a. What is it? What government is this? What's the name of the government? Plutocratic monarchy. Where did you find that?
I went to your
diplomacy thing?
Nation.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Plutocratic Republic.
Yeah, Republic. That's right. Not monarchy. I don't know why I said monarchy. All right. So we got 2 civic ideas and 1 religious idea. So for the civic idea, I think build cost minus 30% would be really good, especially since right now we're not making a lot of commerce income, and we actually don't have any slaves. So next,
Yeah, now it costs 60 to build buildings. That's really good.
Yes. And then for a religious idea, oh, that's kind of tough. Between the ruler popularity and civilization level, I'm kind of leaning towards civilization level.
Let me see. Civilization level. Well, okay. Maybe I don't know well enough. Explain to me well enough what your civilization level will be.
Civilization level increases population growth, supply limit, and then it makes your citizens and freemen more happy. Now, it makes your tribesmen more unhappy, but that's okay if you're a civilized nation. If you're a tribe, then you want to keep your civilization low unless you're making an effort to civilize your nation. But
and to be fair, you have one tribesman.
And yeah, and I could just promote him. So
I would say take the civilization. More popularity is nice, but civilization level would be more useful.
Yeah, I think so also. And it also brings us up to a very early 50 national civilization level, which is very good. So, let's see here.
And I'm guessing if you're going to colonize, by the way, you're going to want to take the Attica first, because of that salt.
Yeah, I could take that one, but actually, in my experience, the best one to take first is Emporion, which is 2 cities over, and you can take that because it's in the same sea zone. And the reason for that is that it's already at, it says it's 11, it's actually going to tick down to, next month it's going to tick down to 10. It already has 10 pops, which means you can immediately colonize the adjacent province of Mosylionia. Because of the extra pops, you're able to actually immediately colonize the second one.
Alrighty.
Alright, I'm also going to build a granary in the beginning. In my home city, and that's because I want to encourage population growth as much as possible. I'm also going to promote this tribesman to a freeman. Once I can. Now for the government, so if you press F2, you can check out the Senate and the 5 factions therein.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you can see that my current ruler is from the civic faction. That's why I get the build cost reduction.
And if you have military, it's a flat morale boost at 10%.
Yes.
Mercantile is... Oh, you get an additional... You get a little more oratory power. Oh, wait, no, you...
What?
What do you get? Oh, do you get a lot more oratory power in that? Oh, yeah, you do.
Where? What do you mean?
Oh, wait. I'm looking at the mercantile faction. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, it's commerce income and diplomatic reputation.
Yeah, I don't know what I was saying there. What the hell?
I don't know either.
Oh.
Religious faction is more omen power and convert pop costs, but populist faction is the bad one.
Oh, I was seeing faction support, not what they actually do. And then populist is power. Populist is just power cost plus 10%.
Yeah, that's why it's really bad to have the populist faction in power. Now you can endorse a party by spending 25 oratory power, but it also raises your tyranny by 5.
Ah.
Yeah, so you can influence a little bit, but you gotta be careful. So I'm now going to promote the tribesmen. Now I don't have any tribesmen at all. And you might think it's actually useful to have tribesmen so that you can colonize cities with low civilization, but there is no city in this province that is lower than 25 civilization. And so because of that, it's actually okay to colonize with freemen. I'm not going to colonize with citizens because I want the research bonus in my capital and I don't want to move citizens away. But, yeah. And we also don't want to, I mean, you also cannot colonize with slaves, so even if I had slaves, cannot colonize with them. So
yeah, and I see what you mean by the attrition, by the way. you gain 45 each month, but you also lose 40 each month.
Yeah.
You're kind of topping out, but you also want to be careful in a war, because war will drain you.
Yeah, war drains you very fast, because think about if you got in a big battle with these, and you could only replenish 5 men at a time. Apparently I've become blunt.
Wow.
Charisma -1.
Also, where's my boys in the chat, man?
I don't know. Okay, the party.
What does it mean when you have a disloyal ruler, though? Like,
you can't have a disloyal ruler.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's okay. If you roll over the loyalty of the ruler, it says ruler is always at 100 loyalty. Yep. And they're also always or almost always at 100% prominence. Ruler takes it up by 90. So wait a second. Oh, but this is weird because ruler takes it up by 90. Oh, but the base is 24. The base of this is 24.12, and it's modified by ruler plus 90, head of family plus 25, and unnoticeable. So even though he's unnoticeable, he's got 100 prominence because he's a ruler. Makes sense. I can now import wine. It's not much, but it would give me a bit of local freeman happiness, and it would also give me some money. So go ahead. Oh, and I can also import furs or fish. I'm gonna import fish.
Okay. Oh, you found a trade route to me?
Yes. We actually have 2 import routes because Plutocratic Republic increases the capital import routes by 1.
Oh yeah, I can see why you chose the 2 that you did. That is very good. Freeman happiness and your local population.
Yes.
Got some very happy freemen.
Remember that the happier that pops are, the more resources they give you. So if the citizens are happier, they'll give you more research points. And if the freemen are happier, they'll give you more manpower. And I'm actually making 2.5 ducats a month.
Yeah, plus I can also see your point in this area about your manpower, because when I mentioned I was like, oh well, he's at a certain, he's gaining manpower, and I thought about it, I'm like, wait, he's actually gaining very little manpower.
Yeah, you're only getting 5.
Swiftly becomes a problem if you can't manage it.
Yeah, but as we get more and more provinces, it will become a little bit easier to manage. But you also have to keep in mind that for whatever reason, those 2 city-states each build a fort in their capital, which means that you require 10 cohorts in order to siege them. And 10 cohorts would mean that, even though we can technically recruit it, we can financially support them, but we can't maintain the manpower, because if you try to recruit 5 more cohorts, that's the bare minimum for a siege. And then you're actually losing 35 manpower a month because of attrition.
Yeah. Oh, good lord. Please tell me one of the patches is going to switch Egypt's color.
Oh, I know. I don't think it's a good color.
When you're looking at them from afar, you can't tell them from the impassable terrain at all. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad.
Well, it does automatically color impassable terrain with the surrounding nation's color, so there's that. But I agree, it's not so good.
That ain't so fine, yeah.
This ain't it, Chief.
Yeah, this ain't it, Chief.
Alright, so we get another invention, and technology speed is probably what I'm gonna go for. Starting experience could be good, Do you know what starting experience does?
No.
Well, experience with cohorts is a modifier that reduces casualties in battle. So, it might be on a 1-to-2 ratio. So like, or no, it might be like a 2-to-1 ratio. So I don't know how to say it, but so I believe that like 5% experience would mean 2.5% less casualties. Fewer casualties, not less. I believe that's how it would work.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah. Currently it's 0.0%, reducing damage in combat by 0.0.
Yes.
Okay.
But unfortunately, it only applies to newly recruited cohorts. So, check on the Senate. Looks like the mercantile faction is gaining quite a lot of influence. The reason for that, if you go over to their support, it's 39. If you roll over that, you say that the oratory power is influencing it by 0.3, but then also it says Kabosh Takis 0.9. Now, who is that? That is the censor, which is a government position, and their oratory power will determine influence of their faction in the Senate.
Oh.
So if I change him out, see, he has 9 oratory power. If I instead, oh, somebody's getting flogged apparently.
Oh boy. Thank you. You want to change it with someone weaker?
No, not somebody weaker, but somebody of a different faction, because I don't really want the mercantile faction.
Oh yeah, I can see that. It's by their name or by their portraits.
Yeah. So I want to change that. I don't have any guy from the military faction in here, so my only options, besides the mercantile faction, are the religious faction, which I don't really want, and the civic faction, which is actually not bad. So I will change that with a guy in the civic faction. And see, currently the civic faction has no points. What? Why?
Well, let's see. It changes by 0.73 due to Takis. With your ruler. That's why.
Yeah, that's my ruler, but why? Why is it reducing the popularity though? Yeah, I'm still figuring this out.
Oh. Case by.
Yeah, it says that it's gaining by 0.2, but you're losing 0.7. Is that because it's the current ruler's faction? Like the current ruler's faction always loses influence?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I don't know.
And apparently the leading candidates... Oh, dude, the first in line is a mercantile candidate, but the second one is in the populist faction. So we don't want that. I'm going to influence the military faction a little bit. And also, Tanks India says, hello, Blankeborn.
Hello, Tanks India.
My old rival. My name is Uday Hussein. Alright. Nice to meet you.
Alright, sir. Don't yell at me when you get tackled at the airport.
Oh. Yeah, there you go. Oh, he says, just kidding. Another thing I've noticed, and this really irritates me about this specific province.
That's one of Saddam's son.
Do you see the island off the coast that's actually part of this province? It's called Dioscoritas.
Yeah, but you can't actually like do anything with it.
I have no idea how to colonize.
Oh.
That's so, and it's so weird because there is an ability in my traditions in the middle path called military colonies. And, oh, nobody interesting is here. Welcome. And if I actually look at military colonies, it says that I paid 2,000 manpower and 20 military power and a Macrobian freeman appears in whatever province you're standing in, or whatever city you're standing in. But I've tried it, and it just mysteriously doesn't work. I just have no idea why. Imagine starting an early British Empire. It'd be cool. I tried that when I played as Caledonia. This was a really fun start, actually. I played as Caledonia, and you get to colonize your surrounding cities and everything, and they start with 9 pops also, just like we do, but they have 3 cities, so they can move the pops around. And it was just really interesting being able to colonize these different cities, and you get access to new trade goods. I also played as Lutia, and they only start with 5 pops, but I colonized the entirety of Ireland.
Damn.
Yeah. Took a long time. Took like 100 years. And then I hadn't even civilized when that happened, so. Created Jewish Empire. Can't do it, Chief.
Jews?
Actually, this country might be Jewish. I wish I could see...
Oh, gee, I wonder which countries they are. It couldn't be Judea.
Oh yeah, Judea is Jewish.
And its country right next door, Samaria. It's also...
Oh yeah. And they are tributary of Phrygia, so... I've heard from the developers that it's a very hard start to play as Judea. Might be fun, though.
Yeah. Depends on how you could weasel your way out. Maybe Egypt could be a very valuable tool to somebody playing as Judea, if you could weasel them into an alliance.
Well, the thing is, they will not ally you because you're too weak.
Ah.
In this game,
Alliances are based on strength.
alliances are based on your government rank. So right now, I'm a city-state, and so are the other 2 city-states. So I can form an alliance with them. But if I grow to 2 cities, the alliance breaks.
That is so weird that I can turn the camera.
Oh yeah, it's like Stellaris.
Although, I wish the camera would settle. I wish it wouldn't immediately turn back.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually.
I hope they had a feature for that. Titles unassigned! Position.
Yeah, so, dude, this is literally all I do. I click on that, and I just choose the guy at the top. That's all I do. That's also sort of how I play CK2. Even though it's based on characters, I don't really pay too much attention to the characters. I just play the game as a nation.
Says, I'm not a big fan of the Middle East Turkey. I like playing in East Asia and in Italy area at best.
Well, I don't know if you're talking about Imperator specifically, but yeah, you know, the Italy area is, you know, got some good flavor. Let's see, what should I talk? Maybe military tech investment. Could get that. What are our next inventions? Siege ability, supply limit. Supply limit could be good. Yeah, if you're talking about this game, also, not a whole lot of options in East Asia, but...
I've never seen someone from Rome. Oh, from Rome, sorry.
Form Rome. Well, Rome, I mean... you don't need to form Rome.
Rome. Branching out of me.
Yeah. They've taken over the Etruscans. The Etruscans are still alive, but barely. They're now at 53 pops. Rome is at 754. He said games in general. So if you're talking about Paradox games, then yeah, it's difficult to form Rome in EU4, for example. In CK2, I did it a long time ago. That was so fun.
He says, I'm the European side of the Mediterranean.
Okay, so you like this area of the Mediterranean. I really, honestly, I was enjoying our tribal campaign. Even though I was actually smaller.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh, and we advanced in 3 different tech levels. Alright, we're definitely going to get this population growth. That's a definite. What's the supply limit like over here? Let's see, supply map mode. It's a little low in some places.
Being hounded by pirates.
Oh yeah, that's true. I am. And that actually... That increases... Hold on, wait, what? Tyranny, ruler, unpopularity. That's weird. Yeah, and commerce income is reduced by 50% due to being blockaded. Play as a tribe and move away from Europe. Cold place, I'd move somewhere. Yeah, actually I saw one time somebody played as this tribe here, which is Istuia? I don't know. They played as that tribe and they actually moved all the way as far east as you can get into Asia. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah, they just move all the way there. But of course, you still have to pay maintenance on those armies that are migrating, and you have no tax base. So, you lose a lot of money. They just wanted to see how far you could migrate. They ended up getting into a civil war because they went so bankrupt and everything like that, but they still won. I also think it might be interesting as a co-op campaign to play as, like, one person plays as Tyrus and one plays as Olbia, because both of these are democratic republics, and they're right next to each other, and so you could defend each other. Oh, the Populist Party leader gains dysentery. Good. Now, if you actually look at the diplomacy thing, you might see the hands next to the diplomatic options. Kaiserreich, you haven't really missed much so far. We've just been talking about the game. Take an India, try to move to Russia.
Yeah, that would be an interesting set. Because those are two, you know.
Yeah, might you want to try that?
I mean, that could be its own flavor interesting. Because then you're in your own little defensive alliance. You gotta figure out, well, where do we go from here first?
Yeah, you could also form an alliance. You could also form an alliance with the Bosporan Kingdom. Yeah. So there is that.
Yeah. An autocratic monarchy.
Yeah, I think that would be a really fun start.
No, what?
Because the thing is, the Democratic Republics have fewer cohorts overall. But if you ally yourselves and you stay on the defensive, and you could also build fortresses, like Tyrus actually did build a fortress in their capital city. And did Olbia build a fortress? Yeah, Olbia actually built a fortress, not in their capital city though. Yeah, that could be really fun. And you each have a few. Oh, and dude, you have steppe horses.
Oh.
Steppe horses are for horse archers, which are one of the best units in the game, just because of how fast they are. They're extremely fast. Arumba actually tested this. How he had a thing like an army with only light cavalry, which is movement speed 4, same as horse archers. And then an army with a bunch of heavy infantry and stuff. And just moving from city to city, the horse archers, or the light cavalry, arrived like a week faster.
Wow.
They're extremely fast. Because if you look at it, heavy infantry and light infantry and everything, they all have a movement speed of 2. Whereas cavalry have 4. Or heavy cavalry is 3. Also camelry and stuff like that.
Camelry.
Yeah, I don't know, that would be a cool campaign. If you decide that you want to do that, let me know, and we can just play that. Just 2 different nations like that.
Oh, look, there's cancer. Good. Oh yeah, Oh yeah, he's got dysentery. Oh. It means he loses a marshal. Wow, yeah, this guy sucks in terms of stats. 1, 0, 2, 2.
Yeah, and he's in the populist faction.
Oh, and he wants to become the tribune of the people, but that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's definitely not gonna happen. Okay, I understand now.
Understand what?
Okay, interesting. Okay, hold on one second. Also, for a military tradition, the one on the far left gives hostile attrition +1, and I think that's vital for this nation. I think I understand how, like, the ruler's faction always loses influence, although I'm just not sure exactly how much and how it's determined.
Oh.
Because, is it determined by popularity?
It's determined
Oh. Okay, so go to the nation overview and look at the popularity of our ruler. That's 37. It says popularity of this guy is 37, which has the following effects: primary culture, happiness, and Senate influence.
Oh. So wait, the higher his popularity goes, does the Senate influence go up? You know, does he start gaining Senate influence or losing it?
Let's test that.
Do you have an event or something you can use to pop it up?
Let's see. Hold on. Why can't I hold games? It says gold is greater to... Oh, he has to have personal wealth in order for me to do it. Oh crap, which one should we take? Monthly tyranny sounds good. But I also really like extraordinary ordinance. This is brilliant, but I like this. Let's see. It's 36 now, but how can I increase popularity? Normies.
Let the normies hit the floor. Let the normies hit the floor. Let the normies hit the
floor. Oh yeah, by the way, everyone that's watching, my channel actually now has super chat. So if you guys want to do that. Okay, and it also looks like this nation is going through a civil war. Yeah. This is actually a civil war that came up. This nation was an autocratic monarchy, but their revolter thing is a migratory tribe.
Okay then.
Now, if you look at the declare war thing, if you look at the declare war thing, do you see that, like, the thumbs up or the thumbs down on different diplomatic actions? Or sometimes it's like an even hand?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that is what the Senate thinks. Now, if it's a thumbs up, you can totally do it with no penalties. If it's an even hand, you could force it through the Senate, but you gain 5 tyranny. And if it's a thumbs down, you just can't do it.
Look, guys, I don't think you understand that. I am sick. Not yet. You threaten me, Master Orator.
Kaiserreich said, well, I tore my bicep muscles doing heavy lifting Friday night, and they still hurt. Ree!
Ow.
Yeah, that's...
Sorry, you freaking normie, that you're so weak.
Oh. I'd say that sounds bad, but...
Kidding. I hope you get better. That sounds really painful. Not as painful as my girlfriend. You pegging me.
Aww. Oh, that's... The more I think about it, that actually is... It looks like a really cool start for Tyrus and Olbia.
Getting pegged by your girlfriend.
No! No!
No! No! No!
But an interesting fun fact about Tyrus is that that is the only place in the entirety of the Black Sea and the Mediterranean Sea that the Romans never controlled.
Whoa.
Yeah. Very, very interesting. They never control that city. Like when I look at pictures of Rome at its height, like there's always that one little sliver of this thing bordering the Black Sea that they didn't own, and turns out that's Tyrus. And I don't know why.
Some t-shirts weigh so much is beyond me. Yeah, Kaiser, right? Maybe he just fills it with his coat.
Oh. Yeah, this is a really slow start. It's because you start with 9 pops. As soon as you can colonize a second city, then you're good. But... Oh, that could... Oh, dude, also, I didn't realize this, but, like, both Tyrus and Olbia start with above 10 pops, which means you could start to colonize the cities outside. The uncolonized cities there. Oh, that's a really good idea. I really want to play that.
Oh, I just noticed that. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of uncolonized land, like, right near them.
Yeah, and you can get vegetables, you can get woad, more vegetables, there's... I know. There's wild game. Yeah, dude, that could be really cool.
Yeah, that could potentially be very cool. Very cool, very cool.
Very cool, very cool. Well, I don't know. Do you wanna try and just get a game started as that?
Perhaps next.
Okay. Alright, so we got this.
Fortnite answers, the boxes were larger than my chest, which is saying quite a bit.
Oh.
Well, that's because you're an absolute unit.
Oh. Oh, jeez. Alright.
My daddy got bigger.
Do I choose research points plus 10%, or do I do monthly tyranny reduction?
Barbarian Kingdom is getting a little riggedy wrecked right now, though.
Yeah, by Scythia.
By Scythia? Is this Star Wars now?
Ah. The country of the Sith.
I am.
And, Kaiserreich says, swole?
Swole? Yes, exactly. You're a swole boy. You're a swell guy.
Interesting how the Bosporan Kingdom actually has more pops and more cohorts, but Scythia's kicking their butt.
Also, that's a... So, Korea is at war with the Seleucid Empire, Bactria, and Parthia.
Oh, jeez, dude.
That's big, like...
That, yeah, dude, that's a world war in ancient times.
Yeah, Seleucid are at war with Atropatene, Albania, Maca, Gera, Moria, and the Macan Revolt.
Oh, dude, so the Seleucids have a war on 2 fronts.
A war on 2 fronts?
Yeah, I know.
What's going on with France? He is just doing right now.
Okay, so Phrygia's heir, which is Demetrius Antigonid, they actually are at -1 stability, and they only have 17,000 manpower. They're actually not as strong as they look.
Oh.
They don't have any allies.
Yeah, they have subjects with no allies.
Yeah, also the same is true about Egypt. But Egypt's Ptolemy is still alive, so...
Although, a lot of these loyalties to Phrygia seem very small. In certain situations, like 30%.
Well, yeah, dude, that's why I say they're a lot weaker than they look. That's why they're considered a hard start. Oh, so Jin says, oh, interesting, finally get to see it, yeah. Yeah, this,
Oh, whoa.
game's not been out for very long, but we're playing it. Byzantium annexed Chalcedon, which is only a single city, but it's something.
If Jin's here, where is his buddy Tony?
Also, dude, look at the nation next to Tyrus. They're going through a civil war. See, if I was playing Tyrus right there, I would just say this is a perfect time to declare war on the revolting country.
Oh yeah, if you had your armies together and you were
Which, as a small state like that, you're gonna have your armies together. Let's just face it.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, well, which one would you take on, the revolt or Kingdom? I'd say the revolt.
I would say the revolt, except looking at them, they actually look stronger. They have 16 cohorts, whereas the original nation only has 8.
Oh, and now
But they're one.
occupied by Zygia.
And Zygia, yeah, they're tiny.
Yeah, a very small nation. I'm guessing that the Barbarian Kingdom has lost a majority of their army.
Yeah, they have 96 manpower. And they're 9,800 manpower in debt. How stable is the game? I've been a little hesitant about it. I'll answer that in a second. What, Matthew?
I was just saying Thrace is taking advantage of the situation up north with that nation next to Tyrus.
Yes.
Oof.
And Jin, the game's pretty stable. It runs pretty well on my computer, and I think I've just very, very rarely gotten a crash. I think I've maybe gotten one crash near the beginning when I started, but overall, pretty stable game. It's also a very enjoyable game. I'm really liking it. I even am okay with playing as tribes. Matthew doesn't really like that, but you know, to each his own.
Sucks that you have an additional trade route, by the way, but it seems like you just can't use it.
Yeah. Yeah, that really does suck.
It's suck.
And I have to wait all the way until November of 465 in order to get one more pop so I can colonize.
Yeah.
He said, alrighty, so fares well with other Paradox games. Yeah, if you're coming from EU4, you will have no problem adapting. You will have zero problem adapting. I actually made a review for this game, and I didn't release it because I feel like it's too unpolished. But I gave the game a 9 out of 10.
Now the Barbarian Kingdom is allies with Zygia. Okay. How the
They took a city from the Barbarian Kingdom. Yeah, the mighty have
I
fallen.
guess I haven't been playing Holy Four since Balance and AI is whack, sadly.
Yeah. Dude, Holy 4 is just not the same as it used to be. It went so long without updates, and when they finally released Man the Guns, it was just so meh. Oh no, that would be a problem for Tyrus right there, because Thrace just took a bunch of cities bordering him.
Yup. Also, man, unless I'm incorrect, Sparta just disappeared very quickly.
Oh no, you're right. Sparta's gone.
Well,
that actually doesn't often happen. It's not often that Sparta just disappears.
Oh, at least your boy Rome is getting by pretty well.
Yeah, they're at 855 pops.
Yeah. Macedon is also doing well for himself. Oh, yeah. Oh, and Macedon's also at war with that nation Thrace is attacking.
Oh yeah, why? Because they're allied with Thrace.
Yeah, Thrace, Macedon, Argos, and Euboea.
What?
Euboea.
Euboea.
Yeah.
It's pronounced Eubea.
I don't know that.
It's an actual island in modern day. They pronounce it Eubea.
They can search my nook.
It looks like it should be, like, if you're going by Latin pronunciation, it looks like it would be Euboea. But the modern day English pronunciation is Eubea, so.
Hey, Euboea. Rain for breakfast died. Oh.
Alright, I got a guy. Oh, great, dude. The military faction. No wonder the military faction has no influence in the Senate. Because the charisma of the party leader is 0. Can I assassinate him?
You may know him from the Poland ball cartoons. Like Russia versus the future.
Cartoons.
I don't know, maybe. Also, our boy Kush.
All right, now for the next, for my next trick, I think I'm gonna do siege engineers.
Oh, rip! He was a good YouTuber.
Oh, really? I did not know who that was, but rest in peace.
Oh, yep, there goes. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of occupied cities in back there. Selling cities are mostly just dealing with Maka. Oh, but Maka's also dealing with rebels. So, man, what a twisted web.
Wait, Maka's dealing with rebels?
Yeah.
Why? Where?
In their Maka is occupied by rebels.
Oh, it's a slave revolt. Yeah, if your
Ah.
slaves get too unhappy, they can revolt, and that's a big problem. You're not fighting a country, but they can be very big armies depending on how many slaves you have.
Part of the Seleucid Empire is occupied by barbarians.
Tanks of India says, "Now I'm sad. I'll see you in the next stream. I lost my mood." Well, thank you so much for joining us,
All right.
and I hope you feel better.
Okay.
And yeah, barbarians. Do you know how barbarians work?
No, I didn't.
Well, in impassable terrain, like mountains and stuff, if the surrounding territory is very uncivilized, then sometimes what can happen is barbarians can spawn, and they will be an army that just straight up comes out of the, they come out of the impassable terrain, so you can't chase them back to their home.
Tyrus is getting invaded by Obia and Scythia, so rip.
Oh.
Rip.
Oh yeah, because Olbia is allied with Scythia, so.
Is that how you pronounce that? Oh, Scythia.
No, it's Scythia. I was curious about it too, so I looked it up on the dictionary.
Scythia. Whoa.
And how's Byzantium? Byzantium is at war with Thrace. I don't think that's gonna work out. So.
Yeah, no, that's just Byzantium at war with Thrace. I don't think that's the smartest move.
Well, Thrace is the one that declared the war, so.
Okay.
If Byzantium survives, it'll just be because they have that single city, Chalcedon. That's it.
Oh no!
Dude, I love how small the cities get, and you could just have these really tiny city-states. I just really like that.
It's really tiny. Just like your girlfriend said about your...
Oh, what? Knossos is gone! Knossos has been taken over by Phrygia.
Not nonsense. Is there I know this is probably silly to say, but is there integration of vassals in this?
Yes.
Okay. Macedon, and Jin says, Macedon usually starts at large?
They don't start exactly this large, but they do start quite large. They don't start with this Epirus territory.
They their dick around all over.
Keep in mind, this is set after Alexander has died. It's not set during his rise.
After Alexander the Great. It's true.
Yes.
I say false.
Also, Pella is Macedon's capital city. It's got 12 citizens, 24 freemen, and 16 slaves. How about Rome? Oh my gosh. Hold on.
Alexander the
Alexander the Just Okay.
population Rome. It's a bunch of Hellenic. The Jews.
Yeah, 4 Jewish Hebrew citizens. Interesting.
Kind of insane how many different religions and cultures you can mix in the empire.
Yeah, it's a lot different from EU4, and I think it's different in a good way, honestly.
Something like, Moria. Bunch of Hindus, bunch of Buddhists, bunch of Zoroastrians, some Bon, Jain.
Yeah.
Couple Hellenic.
Yeah, there's one Hellenic city there. Or no, two.
Yeah, four Hellenic Bactrians.
Dude, India has been Hindu for like ever.
For like ever.
In every single game that Paradox makes India as Hindu, and including modern day.
India, you got your nice old little bit of Hindu here, and then you got your Bon up north.
Yeah, Bon, I don't know how to pronounce it. Is that's native Tibetan paganism.
I would say the widest spread ever. Well.
Oh gosh, we got the populist faction in power.
Yeah, Hindu is trying to decide what's the largest spread of religion in the world. It's between Druidic, Zoroastrian, and Hindu. For like largest
Oh yeah, it's really hard to decide. I might have to give it to Druidic, but I don't know.
Druidic has all of Ireland, a majority of Europe, a huge part of Iberia.
In terms of pops, I would say Hindu, without a doubt. Let's get the blessing of ISIS. And now you're on a government watch list. Also, okay, so this is how colonization works. All right? So, because we now have enough pops. So there are two ways that you can colonize. First is, are you observing me, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay. So first is you can click on the pop that you want to use to colonize. Click on that and click move, and then you can like move them to a certain province, a certain city. Or the other way is you click on the city that you want to colonize. In this case, I'm clicking on Emporion, and I'm clicking the colonize, and it will give me a list of possible pops that can move there. Yeah, so I'm going to move there. Boom, now I control it. And I'm no longer a city-state. I'm now a local power.
Is that fast?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know it was that fast. Holy crap.
Yeah, that's it. It's now mine.
Oh my god, I'm so used to EU4 colonization.
Oh, I know.
It takes time.
Yeah.
A little bit of time
well, because
has to go into. It's like a big investment. This is just, go ahead and, when you're ready, put a pop on there.
Yeah. And I really like that. And that's why it would be really fun to play as Tyrus and Olbia, because when you colonize those cities, like, we both start with more than 10 pops, and you only need 10 pops to colonize. So if you start like that, then you can start colonizing right away.
And we just have to, if this is going by anything, we just have to worry about big boys that are backs.
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah, that's true. I'm also going to promote these tribesmen in Emporion.
Alexander the...
Okay, and then, now see, Emporion already has 10 pops, so I can actually, I'm going to do it the other way now. Click on the Freeman, and then I'm going to move him to Mata Mussolionia. Boom. Now I have 3 cities. And now I'm at 25 pops.
It seems like a process that doesn't have a lot of pops.
I know, it just takes civic power. That's it.
Yeah. And now you're 3 problem.
3 cities. We're used to EU4.
I know. Ah! And Mundus is over there like, oh no, oh lordy. Slipping up my back.
Yep. Alright, now, what I do... Sometimes what I do in order to increase the population of a city in order to colonize faster is I will use slaves to buff up the population. Because you can't colonize with slaves, but they do count toward the population. Because slaves only cost 5 civic power to move. And also, I don't know why, but you can actually move pops to a neighboring country. I really don't know why.
Doesn't sound like it serves any specific function. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess you could use some extra pops to bolster a weaker ally.
Yeah, that's true. You could move population there. The only way I can think of it being used in a hostile way is like if you border a country with a different culture and religion, then you can move. Oh, and Jin says that is weird. Yes, it is. Then you can move pops of your culture and religion to their cities, and it could cause a lot of unrest there.
By the way, RIP Byzantium, it's only got one.
Yeah, I predicted that.
Wah, wah.
Can we make a trade route? No, we can't.
Ooh. We'll never have a trade route, you son of a...
Alright, so now I'm going to move a freeman to Diatica. Boom.
Now, Phrygia is at war with the Seleucids and Bactria.
Yeah, Phrygia might win this.
Oh, but the Seleucids are at war with everyone, like... Okay,
Yeah.
Phrygia, Athens, the Messianic League...
Yeah, dude, those are all the subjects of Phrygia. Just look at the diplomatic map mode. It's P. It's a shortcut.
Oh, good God.
Yep.
They're kind of getting attacked from all sides.
Yep.
Like, literally, like, all sides. Because even Moria is still at war with them. That's not fun for them. I was a great empire once! Yeah, once.
That's why Phrygia is considered to be a hard start. Not Phrygia also, but Seleucids.
Moria is like bigger.
Alright, so I am about to die. No. I'm about to colonize this city of Elephas Lyman, which produces war elephants.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. And also, you can see we're gaining a little bit more manpower now. Instead of 45, it's 54, but I'm also going to promote some tribesmen to freemen.
Yeah, that is better.
And now it's 55.
Means you're getting 15 a month over 9.
No, over 5. It used to be 5.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right, 5. So that's much better.
Yeah.
Oh, that's better. And meanwhile, while you're over here colonizing your rivals, yeah.
Yeah, because... Mundia?
Mundia does have like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
They only have 8 pops, so they can't colonize. But the other thing is, the reason I was able to get the population much faster is that I really focused hard on it. I always take the omen that goes with population growth, and also they have their governor policy on local autonomy, which is just so horrible. And
also, there are now 2 nations named Catawba. One's a civil tribe, one's a migratory tribe.
Oh yeah, that's true.
There's Arabia, Felix, Orientalis.
Where?
Orientalis, like right next to Catawba.
Oh, Arabia Felix Orientalis. Cool.
Yep.
And they're another migratory tribe.
Yeah, Catawba just kind of crumbled a bit.
Yeah, their territory is split in 2 by this totally uncolonized land. And it wasn't, I don't think it started out uncolonized, I think it was totally depopulated.
Now there's the Himjar revolt.
Let's see, where? Oh yeah.
There's the Himjar. What about the Herjar?
He for she!
I don't know why this war with Tyrus is taking Obia so long.
I don't know, it could be a siege.
Hold on. You said it was Control A?
Control click.
Oh. I want to check this out. Oh no, there we go. Now they're rolling in.
Okay.
Oh, sucks for him.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a very simple system, by the way. Switching it.
Yeah, I agree.
Like EU4, it's a little obtuse, and here it's like, ah.
It's like, ah.
It's like, ah. It's like, hey man, look at my new dog. Hey, that's really, oh, there's no dog, man.
Oh, that's really cool. Ah.
Oh, and there's a Minean revolt.
Well, I think my next invention will have to be Boyotian helmet, because that gives discipline plus 5% for everybody.
It'll have to be the boy helmet.
Yeah, the boy.
The boy.
Gosh, I can't stand having the populist faction in power. And to add on to that, he sucks. He's a 2032.
Ew.
What's really cool though is that it really gives you an idea of the stuff you're going to be able to do based on your ruler's stats. Because if your ruler has better military power, then you will be able to control your militaries better. Because keep in mind that military colonies is a thing. And, oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I don't think you can do it unless you have an army of 10,000 or greater. But yeah, military colonies is a thing. Full retreat is a thing. Building roads takes military power and everything. So if your ruler is very strong in military power, then you'll be able to do more stuff with your military, in addition to getting more military traditions. If your ruler is high in civic power, then you can do more administrative tasks, like moving pops around and getting inventions. If they're strong in oratory power, you'll be able to, like, fabricate claims and stuff like that. And if they're strong in religious power, you'll be able to call in better omens and raise stability and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool, like, what the Monarch points actually have to do with. They make sense. Let's look at these laws. What?
Yeah, Phrygia is just on a war path. Whew.
Oh yeah.
Or yeah, just looking at their string of occupations. Sweet. And there's Moria, Akka. Right.
Oh my gosh, dude, there's a law I can take that is relocation policy, which is citizen promotion cost minus 20% and move freeman cost minus 50%.
That's really good.
Yeah, that is good. And I'm gonna make that happen. I have to force it through the Senate unless I can get some more support here. Let's see. How can I get more people to support the populist faction? Will support it. How about the religious faction?
Quick question. Once laws are passed, are those permanent or are they on a time limit?
No, you can change them.
Oh,
But
okay.
otherwise they're mostly permanent.
Oh.
I'm just gonna force it through the Senate. Boom.
But don't you understand? I am the Senate.
Yeah, you can actually change the laws at any time. There's no cooldown.
Okay.
You just have to spend a bunch of oratory power in order to pass them.
Got its ass kicked. And there's a mighty Sicilian revolt. The weavings of politicals.
Yeah, it's actually pretty fun to look at what the other countries are doing, isn't it?
Plus, you're not restricted like EU4 to the later ages before you can see everything. The whole world is open for your viewing.
Yeah, that's true. That is one thing that I kind of forgot about because I'm used to it in Hoi 4. In Hoi 4, you could just see the entire world from the start of the game. So
I mean, that's not even necessarily a bad thing with EU4. It's just, it's kind of interesting.
it makes sense in EU4 because in the ancient times, a lot of people just knew about each other. But in EU4, it's like, after the fall of the Western Roman Empire and the Dark Ages and everything, it's like the West kind of lost a lot of contact with the East. And so... So... It makes sense for EU4, but I'm really happy to not have to deal with it in Imperator.
Yeah! I also am glad to not have to deal with your bullshit.
No!
I'm just kidding, friend. Calm down, you stupid slut.
Oh.
No, seriously, it's okay. So you said Empire's gonna be dead in, I don't know, give it 20 years or so?
Yeah, what's really cool is that you can really never predict how the Diadochi are going to settle their differences. You really cannot predict, because in my Crete campaign, Phrygia just completely collapsed.
Alright, this, like, Obia, you confuse me. What?
Oh, dude,
Right.
I can get another minus 10% build cost if I take this invention.
Thrace is confusing me. They're at war with Tyrus. They're very clearly much bigger than Tyrus, so I would assume they're more powerful. Why haven't they finished this war?
What?
Obia is also at war with them. Neither of them have finished this war.
Yeah, Obia actually
So-
started that war.
Yeah, I'm so confused. Why? Why?
The war goal is to take
Why?
Obia, and Obia has -6 war score. I don't either. I mean,
Why, you're-
but Tyrus has no manpower. Well, Tyrus has no manpower and no army either. Oh, you know what it could be? Tyrus has a fort on their capital, which means that they require 10 cohorts in order to siege it down.
Ah,
That could
Although
have something to do with it.
I would think Thrace would have no problem with that.
Yeah, Thrace might not have a problem with it. Obia might.
Ah, but that's my thing is that Thrace is at war with them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't get it either. Also, the goal is okay, never mind. Obia is an area.
And an area,
Area. Also, now you're connected to both of your rivals.
Yep, and I have every city. I could actually skip Mundia and just colonize the city right next to them on the other side, which would be really funny. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually gonna do that. I'm gonna move a slave to Emporion. Go there, slave.
I mean, to be fair though, they're not really rivals because they're first of all they're positive towards you, and they are also in a defensive league with you. Apparently.
I just colonized the city right next to him. Look at that. Oh yeah, and apparently I am in a defensive league.
So of course I can turn back.
Oh, that's really funny. I'm
Damn, what happened to all your trade?
It becomes unavailable because different countries get taken over and stuff, and you know how unstable this is. Well, that area across this, in the area.
Yeah, I was really in that area.
I'm gonna take on these pirates.
Got an envoy from Poland.
Oh, they wanna. Hold on,
So we're not currently exploiting it. Oh, they want to import incense.
Yeah, I'll let them. I'm gonna gain some galleys. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, got some money. What, are you gonna try and finally kill the pirates?
Yeah, because also we finally get a city that produces wood, so we can.
And watch out, they're led by a very fearsome Marshal One.
Dude, when I fought, the funny thing is, I don't think the leader of that actually gets replaced, which means eventually he'll just die of old age. The fleet will just be sitting out there.
Help me! Oh God!
Emporion. I need some help with your mother.
And now you have a galley. You have a galley in an area.
You know what's really interesting about this game as opposed to U4 is that
What?
you've been lagging behind this whole game, but it doesn't actually lower the game speed.
Not really. I mean, I'm not lagging behind by a whole lot, but yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it'll say, hey, Dizzy Doom is lagging behind, but it won't lower the game speed.
You know, really, no.
It'll keep you going and just catch you up when it gets the chance. And it did that in our tribal campaign also.
Hold on, I can make.
Alright, I'm gonna get build cost. Build cost minus 10%. Yes, that is different. Usually it lowers the speed and you don't have any option.
There's a nation called Parisia. I wonder who they'll turn into.
Actually, I don't know which nation eventually formed Gaul. It wasn't one of these tribes, but I'm pretty sure that Parisia does translate into this Paris, so...
And you should stop having the...
But actually, the funny thing is, that city at that time was not called Paris, it was called Lutetia, or Lutetia. Yep.
Very hard time.
And now I've colonized Malau. And now, oh, you know what's really cool is that now I actually control 2 different provinces, technically, which means I can set a governor policy of Borderlands. Borderlands! And I can...
And thanks to this start that you got, your economy is just doing very well.
Yeah, making 3.3 ducats a month. And I'm getting 70 manpower per month.
You're getting that money. Yeah, now you're actually kind of being able to compensate for your loss of power.
Yeah. And it's also a very good idea to just promote all the tribesmen into freemen, because all of this territory is reasonably civilized. I sound like a snob when I say that. It's reasonably civilized and slightly tolerable.
Yeah, and man, by the time you're done colonizing, your allies are gonna have nowhere to go. Like, the guys in your defensive league are just gonna be stranded.
Yeah, well, that's the idea.
There, like, oh man, now we can stagnate for the rest of our lives.
Jin says civilized, so something like a Vicky 2 mechanic. I don't think it's like Vicky 2, but it is similar to EU Rome. Remember that that bastard child of a Paradox game? Okay. Yeah, EU Rome was the bastard child of a Paradox game, and that has civilization value. It's different, to be sure. Okay, 8 cohorts, 3 there, 5 there. We still do not have enough manpower to actually carry on a good enough siege. Not on these guys, because they have forts in their capital cities. These guys actually also seem to have... Let's see, where? A tool. Oh, this is their capital city. Okay, so actually you only need 5 for this country. What would be really, really good is if we could just capture this city right here, because this city is actually hills. And I'll explain that to Matthew when he comes back. But that's very useful. This is the first city that's actually getting out of the desert into hills. Oh my gosh, hey Jen, haven't seen you in a while. Yes, we haven't seen Jen in a while. He may have just been busy. But if you didn't notice, Jen, my channel is now enabled for monetization and super chat. Oh, and they want to import incense. Cool. Yeah, super chat is a thing. I actually, hold on, if I refresh this, congrats on that. Yeah, thank you. Because I got above 100 or above 1,000 subscribers, so. And apparently I can play ads. Oh, oh, really? Oh, that's crazy. Okay, monetize with ads. So, okay, hold on. See if it saves these changes. Save them cheeks. Stop. All right, all changes saved. I want to see how this works. So now if I refresh the page, can I actually play an ad on command? Yes, I can. I can play an ad on command. That's crazy. I'm not gonna do it in this stream. But perhaps in future streams when if I have to go to the bathroom, I'll just like play an ad. That is pretty cool. And it's not, I mean, it's not a lot, right? It can't be a lot because I just don't have the subscribers for an actual significant amount of money, but it's something. It's definitely something. All right, what do we want here? Change government policy costs could be cool. Commerce income, citizen output. That could be good also, citizen output. What are the next inventions? Oratory tech investment. Diplomatic range could be good. Technology speed. Tribesman happiness I don't care about. I want to save my civic power. We actually don't need to colonize anymore, so we don't need... As during break isn't bad. Yeah, definitely not bad. We cannot import anything. Gosh, man. But if we actually start to gain some fish, if we actually gain fish, then we can import fish from ourselves, which is crazy. Also, oh, these mercs are way too expensive. 17 ducats a month? No thanks. Apparently, we also have a bad research ratio. We need some more citizens. Let's promote these guys from freemen into citizens. Actually, maybe I want to move them instead. Yeah, let's move these freemen into Mosulon. Okay. And then we can also put a fort on here, a fortress. It's going to take some money, but I think it would be a good idea to build one because that would prevent them. It would prevent our enemies from sieging down that city. It also probably would be a good idea to build a fortress here because, and as opposed to here, because this still would project the zone of control, so they wouldn't be able to move past here. But also, they would need to blockade it, and they don't have any wood. These guys produce livestock, and these guys produce salt. Neither of them produce wood. So, fortress here would be good. It only costs 50. It only costs 50 ducats. That's half price. Now, Emporion would also do well with a trading post, with a fortress. But I also want to build a marketplace because Emporion literally means trade post. All right, improve opinion maximum. Could I demand that they become my vassal? Demand tribute. Intervene in war. Threaten war. I want to leave the defensive league. Apparently I can. I can threaten war. No. Can I go ahead and fabricate a claim? I cannot do that right now, but soon. Alright, what about some laws? Let's take a look at some laws. Also, let's make sure the populist faction does not get into power. Okay, land reforms. Let's see, we got aggressive expansion impact. Manpower recovery speed could be really good. Slaves needed for... Oh, that's pretty good. Slaves needed for surplus.
Maui, Rana.
Hi.
That is the universal rate.
Ooh, the Draft Act gives you an extra 10% natural manpower. I'm gonna take it.
Oh, does it? Also, I feel like the Seleucids actually touched some territory, but I'm not entirely sure.
They lost some.
Oh, okay, they lost a bit.
And they're still at war with some people.
Wow, what idiots! Yeah, I think Moria got bigger.
The party leader of the populist faction, was struck down whilst attempting to murder.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, that takes care of him.
Yeah, but now the new leader of the populist faction is very charismatic. and that means he's gaining a ton of influence. Oh, that's going to be really hard to temper.
He's also very lustful.
Yeah, he is. Okay, so what I was talking about before is that I think it's actually a really good idea to go to war with this country, Avalitia. And the reason why is that, let's see, hold on.
As long as you take on their army, you should be fine.
Well, they have 15 cohorts, but here's the reason I want to take them on. Look at that city they have called Tenetjer. Look at the terrain type of that. Do you know how to see that?
It's hills.
Hills. Now, why is that significant? Can you
A bunch of
guess?
problems is doing them are hills and plains.
Yes.
You don't get that. You don't get the frickin' loss and frickin' men.
Yes.
Power.
Yes. Exactly. Do not get the loss and manpower, because I would not be taking attrition.
Also need to hire someone for your administration.
Yes. And I can also import fish, so that's what I'm doing right now.
You just have to build a bunch. I mean, you have the money for it, but you just have to build an army.
Yes, currently I'm only gaining 69 manpower per month. Yeah, 69 manpower per month, which is only a surplus of 29, which means I cannot double my army without paying a penalty in manpower each month.
Character races of all the nations you chose, a small Somalian one. Makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. Jin says, hey, yeah, surprising pick to see for sure. Yeah, a lot of nations are not going to choose, or a lot of people are not going to choose this. Also, Catawba just got raided and they lost that city because it became decolonized.
What else? It's called Imperator.
Yeah, you're right. I'm also going to build a few training camps because it is going to cost some money, but
You have a super reduced cost.
yeah, it's minus 40%. And if the Civic faction is in power, it's half price. Well, we can't joke that he is compensating for something else by picking a large nation. Yeah, you're right about that.
Peace.
Alright, let's get the manpower omen. So now we're getting 71 manpower per month. But the problem is also that it says that I have a bad research ratio because I don't have enough citizens. That's kind of a problem. We can promote these tribesmen at least.
Sorry, I used car slang.
What did you say?
Fudge.
Oh.
You might do an expensive league for Pony.
More like an expensive league.
More like your mother.
Alright, well, like... Alright, well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say national citizen output plus 5% for the extra research, even though I'm still not gaining as much as I could. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move a bunch of freemen to the capital. Actually, wait. I'm gonna move... First of all, I'm gonna move freemen away from the second province I have. Yeah, let's move them from here to Emporion. How many other pops do I have here? Oh yeah, definitely. Let's move them to Emporion. And I only have to spend 10 civic power to move them because I have that law that reduces move cost. So what do you think so far with me playing as a republic? Does it seem like it would be more fun than playing as a tribe?
Probably. Because there's, there's not... What it seems like is it takes away the stress of civil war. Like,
yeah, you don't need to really worry about that so much.
The only thing you gotta worry about is, like, your leaders.
Yeah.
That seems like where you can stay. Like, there are ways around that.
Yes. Playing,
Airways are
playing as what? Didn't hear the last part. Yeah, playing as a tribe. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Because Dizzy decided he doesn't really like playing as a tribe.
Civil War from the clan chiefs and all that. That's just kind of too stressful for me personally.
It's definitely a different kind of gameplay.
So, okay, so there's Katava, Katavian Revolt.
Oh my god.
It's probably also more
Which is, oh, that's really weird that the city of Katabia is uncolonized because of depopulation. But for some reason, the name Kataba still appears over that city for me. Is that the same case for you?
I heard it isn't as fleshed out as other mechanics, but not surprising, since it's for DLC, of course!
Oh, you mean the tribes? I actually find the tribes to be fairly fleshed out. I just think that, they are, it's a different style of play. You do have to keep your loyalty of your generals in mind more.
Also, Phrygia is shattered.
Oh yeah. Wow. Wow.
I think their subjects finally turned on them.
Dude, look at how many people they're at war with. Look at the diplomatic map of them.
Oh god!
Yeah, dude, they're gone. They're dead.
Oh fuck. Even if they stay around, they'll just be a fragment of what they were.
I know. Rome is up to...
Seleucids lost a little bit of territory, but they're still kicking.
Yeah, there's still 2,100 pops. Moria is almost 7,000. And Rome is at almost 1,000. They're at 979. And they're not currently at war. But what's really cool is that Rome, at the very beginning of the game, they get an event that gives them claims on the entirety of Italy. Yeah.
It's also our good pal, Boy.
Boy, it's your boy! Wavy Web Surf here, and... You watch Wavy Web Surf?
Oh.
He did some really interesting videos. He did, like, Whatever Happened to Tay Zonde, you know, the guy behind Chocolate Rain?
He just does his own little thing.
Yeah, I know. He's still making songs and everything. But what's crazy is that he cannot make money off of Chocolate Rain. Because it's the Creative Commons license, which means that basically as long as you give him credit, you can use it, and he can't make money off of it.
Oh.
But he has quite a bit of subscribers.
Chocolate pain. Chocolate and stop the pain. Somebody please stop the pain.
With chocolate.
With chocolate pain. The only fairy galaxy.
Oh my gosh. Oof. Oh jeez.
Oh, and now Rome is at war with Boy.
Boy. Yeah, I tried playing as Boy. They could be a very hard start, actually.
Oh,
They start as a tribe, and they're not even that populous, and they're pretty close to Rome, so...
Be right back.
Okay. Alright, now this country right here, it's really unfortunate that they won that war, because they're going to be harder to take on. There's 75 pops, we are 65, and we have more manpower, but we're taking constant attrition. So, it's just like, come on now. Oh, I wanted to see what this does. Okay, so ruler popularity reduces Senate influence by 0.45. If we hold games for this, just lose 21 ducats. Now he's gaining popularity, and now he actually gains Senate influence. So, if you have a popular ruler... Oh, dude, that's really good. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna change this to ruler popularity game. Alright, so I discovered that ruler popularity, positive popularity, actually affects Senate influence in a positive way.
Oh.
Yes, so, oh dude, the populist faction is so influential. Oh, I really hate this guy. Can I imprison him?
Oh.
I could smear his reputation.
Smear his.
Why can't I imprison him? Oh. Oh, you can only imprison him if he's not the primary heir. What if we just gained a bunch of tyranny and, like, increased the influence of a different faction, like the military faction?
Oh.
Yes! Alright, I did it. Now I can imprison him, but the Senate is kind of divided on it. What if I bribe the party leader of the civic faction?
What the hell is the purpose of the populist faction? Is it just to be a bad faction against you?
It's just a bad faction because it's like they're basically slaves to the will of the people.
Ah.
And yeah, so hold on. How can I? Okay, the religious faction and the civic faction don't really support me that much.
I gotta say, I'm going because it's late.
Okay, well, thanks so much for joining us, and hopefully, I mean, if you want, then tomorrow we can get started on our Tale of Two Cities campaign.
Yeah, perhaps so.
All right, well, but anyway, have a good night, man. I'll talk to you later.
Good night. Later, guys.
All right, so we're alone now. We're alone! Take out my headphones. And, alright, so let's take a look at this. Jin says, later, man. Let's take a look at this. We're getting a bad research ratio, which is pretty bad. But we also really, really need manpower. We really need manpower, and so we also really need money. Now, Emporion, we could actually build 2 buildings here, but I want to move some freemen away and into the capital. Although, the other thing you have to consider is, like, they got 71% efficiency there. They got 101 efficiency there. And why is their happiness higher here? I think it's just the civilization value, because it's 31 here. It's 45 here. Civilization value here is much higher. So, I feel like what we do is we just move the freemen to our capital, because it's just consolidate this power here. We can even move some freemen from here. Oh, and we also, Arabic, convert. Let's see here. Mosulon, yes. Move some freemen to our capital from here. And once we get a 3rd building slot, let's move some guys from where? From here, I guess? It's a lot of civic power that we just spent. But when we get a 3rd building slot in our capital, then that's actually useful because we can do local manpower plus 10%, which is pretty good. So we will be losing much less manpower. But it's just like, is there a thing that increases manpower? Manpower here. It's Cradle of Civilization. It's going to take a long time. So our best options are, 1, declaring war on these guys and try to take them. Oh, well, Catawba declared war on us. Interesting. The war goal is to show superiority. They have 2 ships. Oh, and I also haven't taken on these guys. We need a commander here. Let's take on the pirates. What is the Tale of Two Cities thing? Try to impregnate every character challenge. A Tale of Two Cities is it's a campaign that Matthew and I are planning on starting, where we play as two neighboring city-states, Tyrus and Olbia, and we try to do well as them. Maybe Tyrus goes west and Olbia goes east, and we're just working together as that. We're playing as a republic because Matthew doesn't really like the tribes, as I said, so you know, playing as republics might be more fun for him. Sounds interesting. Yeah. I think it could be interesting. The cool thing about Tyrus is that they're the only city in the entirety of the Black Sea and the Mediterranean that Rome never owned in any way. Not even as a client state, Rome never owned this little tiny city on the border of the Black Sea. So very interesting to me. Alright, let's also see this battle. I'm going to start destroying their ships pretty quickly because I've got better positioning. Positioning is just a percentage value and just determines how well you're positioned in the battle. The Black Sea region, remote. Yep. Yeah. But another cool thing about it, though, is that both Tyrus and Olbia start with over 10 pops, and they also start right next to some uncolonized territory, which means right out of the gate, they can start colonizing. Why not play Spartan and Athens? It would be the ultimate combo. I would like to do that at some point. But here's my problem. Athens starts out as a subject of Phrygia. So, while possible, might be very difficult considering Sparta starts independent. So, they would be at a much higher advantage, but at the same time, still not an entire advantage because it's very tiny territory compared to Macedon and Phrygia, and even Thrace off in the distance. But I would like to eventually try that. It might be a little while once Matthew and I are much better at the game, but I would like to try it at some point. I'm not opposed to it. Alright, so now I've finally defeated those pirates, so they can stop blockading me. I'm making more money. I will be making more money, at least. The reason why I'm making less money is that I'm not trading with these guys anymore, so once Hellenistic DLC comes out, yeah, that would be cool. And that's probably gonna... Oh! I lose a little bit of money, but I gain one local import route until the end of the game. I know that I can't really import anything right now, but that's powerful, so... Oh, hold on. Hold on a second. They're allied. Okay. Now I know. That is not something I took into account. Alright, independent operations, blockade hostile coast. I'm gonna hunt fleets. I'm gonna do hunt fleets. Or perhaps independent operations. I don't know why they're not doing anything. Alright, blockade hostile coast. Do that. Alright, in that case, I want to have... Oh, I would really like to have a fort somewhere over here. Huh. Get military access. I can't. I have to send them a gift, maybe. Send them a gift. Now when I ask for military access, they will accept. I'm also going to get the next military tech soon. Somalia having a pirate problem? Unheard of. I know, right? That's like... Pirates are like the only thing that Somalia is known for. And it's sad, because I'm sure that there are many other great things about this area, but... The only... When somebody mentions Somalia, you just think... Pirates. And also the populist faction is in charge, which sucks completely. Oh yeah, wasn't I gonna try to imprison him? I had to get more... Oh, that's right. Ah, jeez, man. I was gonna try to imprison him. I should have just forced it through the Senate. I've become zealous. Zeal. Alright. Military party leader gains inflammation. Alright, now this will be interesting. Where's my fort here? Oh, I don't have a fort here. I wish I did. Just gonna have to put it there. Well, they're occupying that right now. I don't know. Are they gonna give military access to the other people? I don't know. I really don't know. Let's see if we can finish building this fort, though. It's gonna take like a year and a half. I don't want to join the defensive league, though, because it's just Mundia and Oponia, and those are my two neighbors. So many great things about Somalia. Yeah, like the sand, lots of sand, and some more sand. Very nice. Hey, there are some things. There's got to be some things. Let's take the army maintenance reduction. And there's also these benefits, but I think we can wait on that. See? Kind of a small boost in money, but... Alright, tax income could be good for extra money, but I think I'm going to go for manpower. It's very little extra manpower. Country actually looked nice before the 80s. There you go. See, Jin's more familiar with this geopolitical stuff. Jin is pretty knowledgeable when it comes to these things. That's what we missed, Jin. We missed your knowledge. Knowledge. Let's see if I can shoot this into the recycle. I missed. Crap. Can I import anything? Nobody will export to me. That sucks. Because I have to go to bed. Good night, everybody. Alright, well, good night, Kaiserreich. Thanks so much for joining us. And it doesn't seem like they're actually moving. I mean, the war goal was to show superiority. Malau... Apparently, Malau is giving them a lot of war score. Not really sure why, but okay. Weird flex, but okay. Thanks, bad internet. Lately using work MiFi internet. Been traveling for work. Okay, well that makes sense. But I'm just glad you were able to make it, because it's always nice when you join. Let's do primary culture of happiness. And then let's also go... Oh, we could do this again? Sweet. Extra primary culture of happiness. See, that's really useful, because the happier pops are, the more output they will have. And we're actually getting more manpower because of that. So, very useful. Quite acceptable. Oh, military. Oh, heck yeah. Military power? And more support for the military faction? I'm totally okay with that. We might want to go Spear of the Kingdom for more defense for light infantry with our next military tradition. It's going to be a long time, but... Alright, why is this 36? This is the score of the current leading candidate. Okay, so the military faction all back him. The civic faction, a few members back him because he's popular, he's prominent. Even some members of the populist faction are backing him. Populist faction is way too powerful. It is way too powerful. No, just no. He's not corrupt. He's really powerful in military, which makes sense. I mean, my censor is giving the military faction more influence, but just like it's way too high right now. Too dang high. Let me see. Hold on one second. Okay. Let me check something, sorry. Alright, so, Yeah, I don't really know how we're gonna win this war. I don't really know how we're gonna push them back. But I also don't see how we could push them forward. Nobody has control of the war goal. The problem is that I'm gaining war exhaustion. Oh wait, no I'm not. Aha! In a defensive war. There you go. No blockades or anything. What I could do is just manually take this army over here and blockade their cities. And that would give them war exhaustion at least. That would not give me any. And I do have a fort here also, so. Alright, let's see if we can recruit some guys. Honestly, it would take a really long time to recruit the war elephants. It might be useful. But it might also be useful to have, like, skirmishing. Even if we have, like, all light infantry. Take care of the faithful. The religious faction will be more likely to back you. Can we change any laws? Capital import routes, which we don't really need. Manpower recovery speed, that could be good. As opposed to the national population growth. I think I would like that. Yeah, I'm gonna go with manpower recovery speed. We can spend the oratory power on it. All right, it's gaining more manpower. Anything else that we can change? Citizenship laws, slave output. This doesn't have anything to do with manpower, so and status quo is probably the best thing for us right now anyway. Traditional observance. Let's see. We got Common cost. We could do Omen power, but then it would also cause the religious faction to lose influence. Could do more Omen duration, which I don't care much about. Now we could reduce our tyranny by a lot more. It would like more than triple our tyranny reduction. It's crazy. Okay, let's see. I mean, these guys just have so many cohorts. It's just like, it's kind of crazy. We could technically double our army size. It would not be advised, but let's just build a few more cohorts. Just a few more, and I'll test the waters, so to speak. Why is our balance negative? That's bad. It's very bad. Let's look at our economy. Research points minus 20%. Let's do that. Take this back there. Army maintenance. Oh, I don't want to do any of that. Well, we could destroy a fort here and then rebuild it later. That would put us in the positive, in the black. Huh. Because right now we're losing money. We don't want to lose too much money. Want to be very careful about that. Could change the policy on this province to encourage trade. Could do that. Are they offering white peace? No. Dude, they're... For the province of Punt? That's all of this land here. All of this land that we worked so hard to get there. That's what they're demanding. What is this country? Sorry, what? Could... Hold on, what? Ah, there's a revolt there. Well, their armies are going to be a little bit preoccupied, but... should we just join? Just join the defensive league? But I can't call them to arms. Which is just so strange. They wouldn't accept white peace. Yeah. War balance, yeah. They really outnumber me. Both Katabas, apparently, are on that side. And Ma'in. No. I mean, basically, that would be the end of our country if we were to accept that. But the thing is, it doesn't really cost us anything to be at war right now. So, it's just kind of odd. Are they going to take attrition? I mean, you know what would be really good? Is if we could build a fort here, and then that way they would have to actually siege this and take all that attrition. Okay, national tax. That could be good. You know what? We can actually take national tax right now. For that a little bit of extra money. Not a lot, but it's something. They keep offering me peace, but I don't need to. I just really don't need to make peace. Alright, hold on. Now that I've done that. Still at negative 71. Dude, what? What am I supposed to do? Like... He's corrupt. Corrupt and craft? Oh my gosh. Super corrupt. Not even that good of a general. I mean, I can't fight an army like that. I just can't. Can I separately peace somebody? Catawba. Can I peace them out? I can't. I can't separately peace them out, which is just so strange to me. Shift. Even for all of my money, they still wouldn't do it. They're moving that way. I have no idea how to do this. I don't know how to win this war, but I'm not gonna lose the war. I mean, there's no way we lose the war. We just don't lose anything by being in this war. Freeman output would be good for more manpower. That would be really good. Research points plus 10% also could be good. Yeah, I think I will do the Freeman output. Because we need to... Oh, geez, we're taking... Why are we taking more to attrition? Why are we taking more to attrition? What is this? Do we... Oh, forced march. They take more attrition. Or they have more army weight. Okay, I understand. Jeez. Okay, look at that. That army is actually taking a bunch of attrition. And... Oh, hold on. Hey. Oh, Tribune of the People loses 25 popularity. Okay. No, I don't care. Look, that army is actually taking attrition, and they're... Well, they have a deficit now. Oh. They have a deficit. That's going to be interesting. They also have a deficit, but, I mean... They don't have any debt, but... We'll see how this turns out, because we might be able to try and bleed them dry. And what I could do is I could just destroy this fort. And now I'm going to be making some money because I'm not paying for the fort maintenance. And then I can build a fort here. So let's destroy this marketplace and then build one here. Build a fort here. Alright, so national tax could be good, but we're going to go with Freeman output. Let's check our manpower. It's 84 per month. Please change. 85? You just have to scrimp and save for every last person. Every last person that you can move to the capital and everything like that. Okay, religious faction is in power now. Good. Good. Jeez. Alright, I want to imprison this guy. Oh, but I don't have enough backing in the Senate. I could endorse this party, and then that way... Now I can imprison and force it through the Senate. I imprisoned him, good. This guy is less charismatic, so... Alright, let's get light infantry defense. I think that would be good. Because this is for cavalry and heavy cavalry and stuff like that, and... We don't really need to do that. Let's just go with the light infantry stuff. Also, still cannot have any trade route, which sucks, but... Oh well. The good thing about this is that when I build a fort here, it will actually project a zone of control, and then I can retake this city, Malau, and that is actually reducing my war score by 22%. So that'll help. Oh, we just gotta try so hard for every last person. I might want to move some freemen. It's gonna take a few... White peace! Oh, with one of the countries. Not with... It's just with the Katavian revolt. But with this country, they're not gonna make a white peace. Why does it say... Low war enthusiasm means they're more willing to accept peace offers. But I don't see what modifiers are on that. I don't know, it's fine. Let's go on 5 speed. We're not playing multiplayer now, so we don't have to worry about somebody else lagging behind. Alright, they still have a deficit. They now have debt, which means they're going to be gaining some bad stuff. If you have debt, then you're getting minus loyalty, and more loyalty gain chance for your cohorts, and also power cost plus 25%. And you get some bad events also. Oh, free stability. Step up big. Alright, cool. We need to replace somebody. Tribune of the people. It's fine. Okay. And we need more manpower. We just have to get the manpower every time right now. Oh no, they're gonna take... They took that city. And it's occupied by Ma'in. Can I separately peace anybody? Negative 55, negative 52, negative 66, and negative 75. No. I mean, no. The answer is no. Let's see here. Oh, we can make the party leader. He's the party leader. Okay, we can have more loyalty. Anybody in the military faction that has higher... No, they don't have higher oratory power. Alright. Yeah, so I've finished this, but I think... I mean, they're just marching their entire armies there. I don't know what to do. And I now actually no longer have a fort here, so... But they're still taking all that attrition. They're actually losing more in attrition per month than they gain. Kataba's not doing it. GG. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we can win. I feel like there might be some kind of way that we can win. But we've got to be able to build a fort. If we can build a fort, then we'll just let them sit on it and take a bunch of attrition. Also, they have a... Well, they did have a deficit. These guys still have a big deficit, and they kind of built up a little bit of debt for a while, so... Alright, national tax probably is a good idea. Also, alliance from Oponia. Oh, do they colonized? Oh, did they leave the defensive league? No. They actually colonized. I'm proud of them. You're no longer a city-state. Yeah, you know what? Let's be allies. Alright, do we want to get the national tax? Currently, that's looking good. Because we still make more money from taxes than commerce. We have a lot bigger modifiers on our commerce income. So probably the national tax is best for now. What's crazy is that we're already 22 years ahead of time in tech. It's so much easier to get ahead of time in tech. Oh, and also the supply limit's not good enough for here, so. Oh, forced march. I keep forgetting about forced march. I mean, I just don't see them winning. I just can't see them winning. They're getting closer. You're getting slightly closer. I think it's just because I'm exhausting them. Are there any trade goods I can get? No. Still no. Nobody in this area produces anything. Somebody's gonna get flogged? Sure. Come on now. Trying to send me peace offers like I'm actually gonna accept them. He's still making like almost no money. He's got debt. Oh my gosh. Wonder if we can like raid some cities or something like that. I know that we can't exactly do it because we don't have the military tradition, and I actually don't know if you can. Alright, Jen. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Glad to have you as always. Good luck with the war. Well, thank you. I might try to do some of this off camera so that in the next stream, if I continue this country, and if I don't do the Tale of Two Cities with Matthew, then I will be in this. So, I'm going to try to build the fortress. It's a lot of money, but... and we would be losing money after we build it. But, I'm going to try it. Sounds good. Cheers, mate. Yeah, thank you so much for joining once again. He's got camels. Got skirmishing here. Is it a good decision to battle him? I mean, I do have more manpower than him by a long shot. He's losing a lot to attrition. Unclear which side will win. Our guy has much higher martial, or a little bit higher martial. We're gonna go with this. Now it's very likely that our side will win. And we're just like barely there. Okay, we have a little bit more discipline. We chose skirmishing, which is gonna reduce our reduce our casualties. They're not used to fighting in the desert. See, I know this desert. I'm familiar with fighting in the desert, so I know that I just need to reduce casualties. I also won a battle, which gets me a little bit closer to the war goal. The actual war goal! Who would have thought? Strike the... oh, sweet. Free pops. Dumar? Ooh, Dumar. Free slaves or free citizens? I think we go with slaves for more money. Can't move them, because right now that city's occupied, but we'll get it. What we need to do... good, look at that. We didn't even lose that much manpower. Oh, we got the freaking populist faction power again. Let's see. Imprisoned. That guy's still in prison? Arrange gladiatorial debut. Winner of the fight will be released from prison. If I banish him, I gain 1 tyranny. Can I flog him? Could flog him. Can I just execute him? Senate approves. Even the populist faction agrees with me. Oh my gosh, dude! Even his own faction is like, yeah, kill him. Sure, every single person in that faction. 2 tyranny though. Kill him. Oh, and I also won another battle. Look at that. And we're getting close to this freaking fort, man. We're getting close. We can also get one of these things. Capital import routes is just really good later on, but it's no good right now. Also, morale recovery is very good, so I'm gonna go with that. And then maybe next. Okay, good. Now we actually have positive war score, and we're gonna turn on forced march. We're gonna turn on forced march, and we want. Hold on, Malau. Where's Malau? Oh, here. Can we move pops away from there for now? I can't move them because they're under siege. Okay. I can also call Oponia into this war. So Oponia can help me fight. Alright, hey. Hey, now. They're closer. Oh, this is Katavian Revolt. These guys close. They're a little bit closer. Negative 48 and negative 48. Running out of manpower, running out of money. These guys still have a deficit and everything like that. Alright, now watch as their army melts. They're going to be taking attrition, okay? Oh my gosh, dude. It's a minimum of 3% attrition, and they're above the supply limit, which means they're taking so much more attrition. They're going to be taking crazy attrition. And can they replace it? Probably not. Who? Kataba? Is it just Kataba? It's the other Kataba, maybe. Kataba. Let's see. 257 manpower per month to attrition. But surely they lose some too, right? Also losing some money just because I have to maintain that fort. But their army's melting. They are eventually going to take that city, though, which I don't like. So I got to turn off forced march, as we always forget to do. They're melting. Oh. Yeah, they're still not losing anything. But they're like out of manpower. I really wish I could sue them for peace. Even for all my money, they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't accept anything. What about for these guys? I don't want to offer peace with those guys. But these guys. Mussolinian Punt to Mosellan to Kataba. Province of Punt in Punt. Oh, this is the province of Mosellan. No. And I apparently have lost war score. Oh, it's again the city of Malau. Even though this is the one with the fort. I just don't know. I don't know how we're gonna do this. They're gonna take that fort. I mean, it's a definite that they're eventually going to take the fort. Got this. General loyalty, starting experience. Siege engineers, I will go with. I will take that. Please don't take it. Nah, I took it. These guys are out of manpower, though. But I still can't sue them for peace. It's because I don't have the war score, but still. Okay. Could spend some civic power on moving some pops, although... Can't do it. We can't do anything with the buildings there. National manpower plus 5%. I'm gonna go with that. I was gonna go with the capital import routes or the what was the other one? Oh, the siege engineers. But I think the manpower will help us more. We need more manpower. Guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna do this off camera. So I want to thank everyone so much for watching. If you enjoyed this stream, please feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and join the Discord server. That being said, also thank you so much to Shem for being my Patreon supporter. If you'd like to support me on Patreon, please feel free to click the link down in the description below. That being said, thank you so much for watching one more time, and I will see you guys next time.